Hey, heidi ho, and season's greetings. Welcome back to Destination, your place for all things Destino. I'm your host, Poteet, and today we'll take a look back at Season 4 of Destino. That's right, it is the season, Macedonia. Joining me today are a couple of alumni from that season. Introducing, in what place were you? 16th place, Satra. How are you doing today, Satra?
Hey, I'm pretty good.
All right, good to hear. Good to hear. Immediately after, we have in 15th place, Jacob. How's it going, Jacob?
Doing pretty good tonight. Thanks for bringing me on.
Of course, glad to have you. And the person that we are all not excited to see, the winner, Linus. How are you today, Linus?
Pretty good. I just rewatched Everything Everywhere All at Once with my mom, so that was fun.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. How'd your mom feel about it?
Um, she was confused by it.
Hmm.
It's like my third time watching it, so I
I'm sorry to hear that.
like it. But yeah, she was confused by the whole multiverse thing.
Hmm. Fair enough.
She's not a big brain gamer like me.
If your mom were to play an org, how would she place?
Um,
Would she do better than my mom
Depending
did?
on if she was actually like invested in it, she probably wouldn't be very invested, so she'd probably get like first or second boot. But if she were invested, she could probably do okay.
So you're saying my mom is better than your mom at orgs? My
Yeah,
mom's undefeated.
Are we
Oh,
about to have a
damn.
war on the podcast?
Yes. In fact, Satra played that season, right? Satra, didn't you play with my mom?
I did?
The
I don't remember.
Pantheon season, yeah. You were in
Oh,
that, right?
right.
My mom played
Yes.
that, yeah.
Wow.
The back.
Why do I always miss the good seasons?
This was well before Macedonia, to be fair. Well, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So with all that out of the way,
It's been a great start.
so of course all three of you started on the original Vazda tribe, the white tribe of Macedonia, the air tribe, if you will. So you're a bunch of airheads, showing intellect, intention, and spirit. So, first off, do you think that is an accurate description of you? Do you all think of yourself as intellectual, intentive, I suppose, and spiritual within the game of Survivor?
Nope.
Not,
We saw how I placed.
not at all.
Yeah, actually.
Linus, are you intellectual?
Not really. No.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm taking that as a soundbite. So
Head empty.
yes.
No thoughts.
So quite literally fitting the word air. Yes. Yes. So how do you all feel the original dynamic of the Vazda tribe was? How did you all feel about those early days of the game? Did you think Vazda got along well? Was it active, quiet? How do you all feel about your starting tribe there?
I did not think Tyler was like a real person. I don't know how y'all found it. The way he typed and like his grammar, I guess you could say, was very weird. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
Give me a
Tyler
minute.
actually
Did I
talked to
even
you
talk
guys?
to Tyler once? Give me a minute. I'm scrolling through the notes. I'll be back.
Yeah, I don't remember if I even talked to Tyler. What was
He
I
was
his
never
not
said a
active.
I'm
word
looking at
to him.
Tyler's wiki page where it says personal claim to fame, I have a lot of sports medals.
Nice.
And will be the sole survivor because I have a plan with allies and I'm smart enough to win.
what was Tyler's Discord?
It was Hulk, I think, is what it is now.
Hulk? Okay, I have a Hulk. Let's see.
It's going
okay,
the first tribal council for
messages with
Vazda.
him. Okay, yeah, I did talk to him. I do not remember this guy at all. He went to the beach. That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
I love how I'm currently browsing the Wikipedia right now just to make sure I have this right.
Of course, use any resource you need.
Yeah, we'll be here a minute. You guys keep going.
It was pretty obvious he was going to be the one to go at that tribal. He was just not active ever. had a bad score probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Your first challenge, you tied for first place, which was the Macedonia Trials, and then you had a 20 questions challenge, where you lost by 1 question to the Red Tribe Ogon.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we can.
We do that.
I mean, I can even look through the tree mail super quick. I like how anybody listening in is just not going to have any heads or tails of what we're talking about right now. I feel like this just conversation's easy to get lost in.
Okay, so pretty much, I will translate this to the people at home. Pretty much, this season happened a long time ago, and we're just trying to figure out and at least keep a story that's somewhat accurate with just a healthy bit of embellishment.
Hell yeah. These 3 were obviously the 3 best players, just to be clear.
I would
Yeah. Just
beg to differ.
Just to be clear.
I mean,
all right,
honestly, that's not impossible. I don't know how many of the other players you guys met like post-merge, but there was a lot of inactivity.
The first trials where Tyler got a strike for not submitting.
Wow.
Let's go, Tyler.
Jacob got last in his portion, 6.62% on paper.io.
Let's go.
Last place.
Let's go, Jacob. Oh, wait, that's me.
Keith and Satra had the highest score for Trollolol with 845. And Linus had the highest score for flag making with 61. So Linus and Satra kind of carrying that tribe, quite frankly. And Keith.
Again, I was basically a boy amongst men at the time. So cut me some slack, all right?
Look, we've all been there. Oh yeah, Linus, your flag is pretty neat. Yo, I'll put it up as the graphic.
Let me
I'll
take
put
a
it up as the
look.
graphic on the stream. Why not?
Let's do it.
Let's see. I need to save it. But yeah, it's a pretty nice flag. It's got like all of you sitting in clouds with some tornadoes on the side.
Oh, yeah, I actually remember that.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice flag. Respect.
Way to go, Linus.
I'll send it to you right now. In fact, I'll just drop it in the Macedonia chat that we have.
Sounds good.
I really liked what you guys did with the elemental was it collision or was it collusion? I forget.
Sounds like collision. Tommy,
Okay.
remember better. Remember that I did not host this season, so my only knowledge of this season is from Linus.
Yeah, that fun twist for the tribes. That was a fun twist. We had the tribes rotate with another tribe each round. So at a point in the game, one tribe was winning with another, and that concluded with a one world and a double tribal council. Fun.
I really like that twist. Like, I feel like especially with small tribes, it worked really well.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Which, of course, I mean, even with small tribes, you can still have problems. You know, you had the Brown tribe where 2 cousins were on the same tribe after all.
Yeah.
Squid Kid robbed.
Squid Kid robbed. The agony.
How do you, on a 5-person tribe, have your cousin there and still go first?
That's a very good question.
You need one person and you don't get anybody. All you have to do is get close with one person.
You don't even have to get close. You just have to convince them to vote off and at least get into a tiebreak.
That's all it takes.
Because in a tiebreak, anything can happen at that point, and yeah.
Oh yeah, and I found the 20 questions where you all set out Tyler, so it was the other 4 of you competing and you lost. Linus and Satra tied with 9 for the lowest on the tribe. And then Jacob took 12, Keith took 13. Just to be clear, somebody on one of the tribes got a score of 5 on 20 questions.
Okay, remind me exactly what that was again.
So it was every Survivor player, and you would ask yes or no questions to narrow down what player it was, and your score got locked in once you guessed the correct player. Somebody got a score of 5. That's impressive.
Queen stays queen. Adios, I guess.
No, it was Tina Wesson. Nice try, though.
Is it Mikey Bortone?
No, it's Tina Wesson.
Is it Colby Donaldson?
No.
Is
Tina
it
Wesson.
Yours was Francesca.
whatever Tina Wesson's daughter was named in that Blood vs. Water
Whatever Tina
season?
Wesson's daughter was named. Nice.
Katie, maybe? Was that
It was Katie.
Yeah. Tragic. Absolutely.
Oh my
tragic.
lord.
So what you're all saying is Tyler was not in fact goated with the sauce, is what I'm hearing.
Tyler was not
He
goaded
just
with
played
the sauce.
too hard too early. We had to get him out.
He was the mastermind.
Yeah.
I mean, he was.
We
on
all
the Air
knew if
Tribe.
he went any further, we'd never have a chance to
Exactly.
get him out. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we knew if we didn't get him out then, he'd have a perfect game. So, like, no brainer move.
yeah.
Exactly. You know, he would have done what Linus could not.
Exactly.
Yes. So, you vote out Tyler. If I recall correctly, almost definitely a unanimous vote.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I remember that
Satra
one.
gets
It was.
Tyler's vote. Why did you get Tyler's vote, Satra?
I don't know. He probably hated me. I barely talked to him ever.
My favorite
So I
thing
don't
is
blame him.
Tyler's voting confession on the wiki. Tyler votes for Satra and says, "Well, looks like we lost."
It wasn't my fault.
Slow down. What?
Well, looks
I gotta
like
read
we
this.
lost.
I gotta read this. Give me a minute.
Based on my messages with Tyler, it looks like it was either him or Keith who said Satra should be voted. I don't remember which one.
Keith said, "I think it's obvious you're going home," so it must have been Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, there was no doubt. But Keith might have thrown Satra's name out as like a decoy or something. Although I don't know I would need a decoy.
Oh, shoot,
Obviously, Tyler
I
didn't
think I
have
know
his
what it
Tyler
was.
had the idol.
Yeah.
I think what it was is because I know that Coulter, Keith, and I were in an alliance together. Or not. Why did I say Coulter? Linus, Keith, and I were in an alliance together.
Yeah.
And Satra, you weren't in that. And so I think we're kind of like, okay, let's just make sure that none of us get votes just in case something sketchy happens on the first vote. And that's kind of what it was, really.
Yep. And so, with Tyler gone, do you feel like you are a stronger tribe at this point?
All in favor, say aye.
I think it's impossible to say the opposite since he wasn't submitting for challenges. So.
Yeah,
What do you mean? He sat out the second challenge.
True.
he
You
didn't
got
submit
me.
though, did he?
He
Minus
did
ain't wrong.
not submit. Hey, he voted. He was active, you know?
Yeah.
He does most. He does more than most people do, and
True.
I
And so you
am proud of him.
go to the next challenge, and it is Samantris. 3 immunities once again up for grabs. And your tribe scores second place, with Satra carrying the tribe with half of the
usual.
score. Linus a couple thousand after. Keith with 2,000. Jacob with 500. The lowest score in the cast.
Yeah, I do numbers and chess pieces. I don't do words.
Fair enough. In fact, Satra had the what looks like second best score in the entire cast. Impressive.
Let's go, Satra.
Good job.
Yeah, right after Bartley.
Oh, of course it was Bartley.
Of course.
Who else would it have been?
Yo, imagine if Samantris was an individual challenge. Linus would have lost.
Man,
Crazy.
I had Symmetris for an org recently. And apparently my old laptop I was playing on just lagged so much that I only was actually having like half the time I could in that game.
What was your score that you just got?
Let me
I
check.
once got like
It was in,
10 or
Catnip's game.
11,000. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like around 10,000.
Yeah, let me check what it was in Nipviver.
Yeah.
Fuck, where is this? Edit that out in post. I don't want anyone knowing, I swear. My mom might be listening.
I have unfortunate news for you. This is a live broadcast.
Ah,
Damn.
shit.
Gosh darn.
Remember, if you
No.
are not of age to listen to swear words, please go the fuck away
Be
right
going.
now.
You can just mute me if you're not of age.
Yeah,
yeah,
why
yeah,
just
yeah,
go
yeah.
into timeout?
Selectively mute.
Oh gosh, that reminds me of another off-topic story.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Okay, so I was making videos for my workplace today, and we're just like, because we have a cornhole tournament that's going on at our truck show this weekend. And one of the things that we're doing, I'm just like filming a video, like, hey, we're getting ready for the truck show, just post it, just get something out there. Immediately, I'm like, hey, we're filming, don't be stupid. The very first throw, the guy overshoots the cornhole bullet, and all I hear is, fuck. And so, of course, I'm like, oh, Lord, let's just edit that out and post. So, if I send it to you guys privately and you hear a little blank in the audio, that's what it is.
Epic.
I just don't know.
I found it. It was 8,225.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's higher than Zatra's. Lower than Bartley's though.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
blown
it
away by
happened.
anything over 1,000. So, be my guest.
Well, this of course brings us into the next round because you of course won some interest, and this is a round that may heartbreak many people because it is the round that we unfortunately lose Satra.
No!
Oh darn!
The pain, the agony.
Wait, what happened with the fourth photo? Did we skip that?
What do you mean?
It was a
the
double
fourth
tribal.
and fifth
This episode.
happened at the same time.
Oh,
Satra was
okay.
the fifth voted out. Yeah, but it was the second of the round, and so it's medallions, aka basically mastermind. And
Gross.
so let's take a look at the
Shit.
scores, shall we?
Was this the one where...
This is the one where only 2 people on your tribe submitted, and it was Linus and Jacob. Satra abstained and Keith took a strike.
No.
You were also the 2 winning tribes scored 32. Y'all scored 40, which means that if Satra or Keith had, or I guess since they got a score of 12 as the final submission, if they had gotten a score of like 5 or a 4, just one of them, or if both of them had submitted like anything less than 9, your tribe wins.
And
Was
to
that
be
the immunity
clear-
challenge?
Yeah. Or it's reward.
Oh.
Oh, you're right. That's reward.
Oh.
I see.
No.
Immunity's morphomatic. Yeah. That's a good point.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that
Which
thing.
your tribe got absolutely dominated.
I remember being so pissed because like nobody else was on except for me at the time, and like I was just doing them alone for the most part, and I had to go leave or something, so I wouldn't be on at a deadline. So I
Hey,
just
at
had
least
someone
you
else
weren't
submitted
last.
in my place.
At least you weren't last. You know, you guys got 7 right. One tribe got 6 right, and then the other 2 got 15 and 18.
Let's
Oh,
go.
God.
Let's go.
Easy game.
My favorite part is you, for the 7 players one, your tribe submitting both Rupert and Laura Bonham, and neither one being correct. And those are your only submissions for that one.
Is there someone with like a tie-dyed shirt in it?
Oh man.
So then we get to tribal,
Yep.
and Linus, Keith, and I kind of just lined up the rifles.
Oh, it's almost the anniversary of Satra being voted out.
Wow, I definitely remember.
Because today's July 28th, and Satra got voted out August 4th.
So,
Let's not.
Yo, we going out for
Time,
drinks? We going
come
out
on.
for drinks, Satra?
Oh god, you might need to edit that out and post for copyright reasons.
I don't think I'm
Man,
getting
I
copyright
thought I
strike
could have
unless I make
flipped
money.
Keith.
If only.
I don't think it's just going to be a copyright strike. I think they're taking you to court, John.
Oh no. Well, I'll just
It's
throw
mine
Jacob
now,
under the
John.
bus. Yo, I like your voting confessional, Satra, here when you vote for Jacob.
What was
I
it? I
remember
need to
it.
hear.
All around the world they weep. Now they know it's true, 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 true. The sun's returned to send us home to Earth. Everybody takes their time making work to do, but no one will be left here to remember us when the fires come.
The fuck? I do not remember that.
And then your previous one was also something similar. Your previous one was, so if you need a hero, just look in the mirror. Just look in the mirror. No one's going to save you now, so you better save yourself. And everybody's hurting. Everybody's going through it. But you just can't give up now, because you got to save yourself. And then Tyler responds, well, looks like we lost.
Edgy Satra much?
Now that is good content, Satra. That's what we want to see.
Yeah. Here's the thing. My voting confessional was just on the parchment. And it was just sorry, not sorry.
Respect.
Damn.
Ouch.
Hey, it's better than a whole poem.
Hey.
No, yours was it's a bold truth.
Oh yeah, that is what it says.
Man,
Curious.
I really thought I had Keith's vote there. We were both like in another game at the same time as well, and we were both like pretty much a duo. So I thought I could at least like tied the vote at
You
least.
should have voted for
Oh
Linus.
yeah, I remember Keith kept saying that. He was like, "This is going to really fuck over my other game."
Oh, God.
Did it fuck
So-
over the other game, Satra?
What's up?
Did it fuck over Keith's other game?
I got voted on, I'm pretty sure, but not because of me. I don't remember either.
Again, you can't metagame if it didn't happen before the season. Just saying.
True.
So, point. Satra got the glass left here. Point Satra.
Pretty much.
Metagaming has never happened in Destino. Never. Totally never.
Give me a second chance, season. We'll see. That was a joke, Tommy. That was a joke.
So what we're saying?
They're
So you're
Definitely
joking about wanting
metagaming
a
in All
second chance.
Stars.
Just to be clear.
Huh?
You're joking about wanting a second chance. Just to be clear.
Oh no, I'm joking about metagaming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not likely I get a second chance, but if y'all offer, I got time in my schedule.
You should have applied for the last second chance.
I should have, and you know what? Wait, when was it? I
Forever
was
ago.
probably busy.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
busy.
December around there.
You
December
said I couldn't
2020.
apply.
December 2020.
Oh, second chances 2, Heroes Villains
What was
2,
that,
fan
Lance?
favorite.
You didn't let me apply to second chances.
You were a host.
Wait, I was?
Hang on.
You hosted.
Give me a
Skeleton
minute.
Coast,
No.
Linus.
Hang on. Linus, I think they did.
Oh, shit, I was a host.
Of course he doesn't remember, Tommy, because you and I were the only active hosts.
Hang on, I'm on the alternate returning players. If you just give me a minute.
Okay.
Never mind. We're good. Yeah. Where was it? Where is it? Okay, now I'm in a rabbit hole.
Where are you right now?
Alternate returning players, the Wikipedia for it.
Yeah, are you,
And it just says
are you just reading all the
Who were the
just-
Macedonia reps?
it
It
just says
could only be
fine.
Vincent on that.
Vincent's the only Skeleton Coast rep, yeah.
Right.
But
Hmm.
for All Stars, Andrew, Noah, and Linus were all there for Macedonia. Oh, and Bartley. And Colts. /
I wasn't in All Stars.
You were an alternate. Because you declared.
I was. I was
Well,
cast and then dropped
would have
out
been
when I was in
cast, yes.
Texas.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
man, I
Linus-
remember after that game started, you messaged me and were like, "You got so lucky you didn't play in this game.
Actually, it might have worked out.
Everyone
depending
would have
on who
voted you
were
out
with.
first."
Like, some people were saying that, but I think Alex, Joan, and I all fight for you to stay, and other people don't necessarily care. So, there are
Yeah,
some
I
people
think it was
saying that, but I
you
think it
said.
changes if you're there.
I somehow still find a way to ruin a perfect game
Haha!
from beyond the grave.
War Room Jacob in.
Jacob in. Anytime Linus comes back, Jacob has to come back. You know, it's Philip and Francesca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my mouth is dry. Francesqua.
Francesca.
Yeah, Tyler was my Francesqua. He was a big threat. Quid kid.
Okay, to all my IRL friends and family who are watching this and don't translate this, I can explain it. Just shoot me a message.
Or better yet, don't shoot a message and just stay confused and let it manifest itself in like very
Let it
weird
fester
ways.
into an anxiety disorder.
Yeah. Jacob
Just the
doesn't
usual.
need to explain. Jacob doesn't need to explain.
Nor do I really want to, but like if you do, fine, I will.
Francesca.
Wait, is there a link to this
There will
live
be.
stream?
I'll
or...
post it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Satcher's out. Then we get into the tribal dissolve. Yes, that's where we're at now.
We are
Yep.
at the swap tribe. Yes.
So the fire gets put out. Doused with water, the air was cut out, and then
And Zemjada
Air-
got dissolved. Or not dissolved. Never mind.
gone.
Ogan. Yeah, that tribe.
I'm trying to think of something for Earth. I'm putting out a fire, but I can't, so
Earth
we'll just
got-
continue on.
Earth got crumbled. Smashed.
The Earth the Earth was scorched, and the water put it out. God, now I need something for air. Dang it!
And it got blown away.
Boom, perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
Episode title.
Actually, the episode title is "I Hate the Wheel."
Oh yeah, that's right. This was my episode.
Yeah.
I still don't know where that came from, but whatever. We roll with it.
Yep. Did you have a wheel to swap or something?
I was probably making a reference to a steering wheel, but at this point, I don't know.
It was a wheel.
The wheel of wow.
Yeah.
The wheel swap fuckery.
Who doesn't love the wheel?
So,
Round of applause for the wheel.
True that. So, you lose the challenge. You get last place with a
Yeah.
later start than Zenjada. So, what was this tribal? What happened?
Linus, do you want to explain it from your perspective, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, so from my perspective, we had the alliance of, like, you, Keith, and I.
Yeah.
And then we were down for that. And then Luke and Mike both messaged me. And they say, Jacob is wanting to vote you. We don't want to do that. We should vote him. So then Keith and I were like, okay. And I was talking to Luke quite a bit at that point. So I thought it was reasonably believable. So we did that. And then I think we knew that Ryder was still going to vote for for Keith?
Keith.
Yeah, I think we knew that Ryder was going to vote for Keith, but we didn't know that
Where
Luke
Mike
was.
was.
I thought like he might, just because it seemed reasonable that he would, but also I thought it would be really or a bit weird. But yeah, and then I think you were saying just weird stuff. Like I think I was trying to probe you on the vote and like trying to give you outs, like, hey, I know this is happening, and you weren't picking up on that.
I was a panicked child curled up in the corner.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Then we went along with it. That's what I remember from it, was that we were fully down to vote out Ryder, and then heard that you were hard pushing to vote me. So we decided to change. What do you remember from it?
All right. Well, lucky for you guys, I keep a journal whenever I play orgs. So I got this stuff up right next to me. So here's what my thought process was at the time. Linus is a threat. Vote out Linus if possible. Air doesn't have numbers, Earth does. That's all I had. So my idea was the Earth has more people backing it than the Air. So get rid of the Air, right? So first it was you since you were the bigger threat, and I was hoping I could do that, but I started working on Mike instead of who else was it? Mike and Luke.
Yeah.
So I was working on Mike, and I think I actually had him pretty well. But
Ryder. She goes by Ryder now.
Ryder? Okay, sorry. So I was working with Ryder, actually doing pretty well to convince her, and I think I did have her under my spell. But Luke just killed me, man. And then, no, they seriously wanted to flip, but they didn't want to vote you, if that makes sense.
Luke and I made like a final 2 deal, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
Luke and I clicked really well at that point, because Luke was really active until the merge came, and then Luke became really inactive.
We're not at the merge yet. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And Ryder and Luke, like, they wanted to flip, right? Like, because they're down 3-2. What else are they going to do? But they didn't want to vote you out. So they voted Keith. You two voted me, as you should have. And then I vote Linus. So 2-2-1, whatever. I have their 2 votes. I'm fine, I think. So I knew I just crossed you, and so I knew I wasn't getting your vote. So I'm like, great, 1 vote for me already. Just convince the Earth I'll be fine. So, gosh, I'm still laughing at myself from this. This is when 13-year-old first time playing an org super fan, or was this my first or second? One of the second time playing an org, first time with an idol super fan. I'm like, all right, let's go. Essentially, balls to the wall. Let's make a play here. Hey, Ryder, you want my idol? Sure, gladly, whatever. I'm like, okay, here it is. Vote to keep me. All right, deal. 3-0. Walk out with copious amounts of salt, but whatever. It's part of the game.
Tragic.
Oh yeah, that was really sad. Ryder was like messaging everyone, bragging about how she was going to get your idol, and then vote you out with it.
So again, technically, I didn't go home with it in my pocket.
You were just setting up one of the most interesting votes of the entire season later on.
That is true. And I'm, again, unintentionally, stupidly making history. Ruining a perfect game. And setting up a pretty interesting vote for the season. I'll take it.
And you could make a case this was one of the more interesting votes of the season, quite frankly.
It was, and if I wasn't dumb, it would have actually led to a very different route for the rest of the season. Where, honestly, I don't want to get too crazy here, but I do see a path if, I get through this vote. I'm actually looking. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. We can.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm looking through Ryder's confessional right now for that season, and then I'm looking through it, and it says, and I quote, "He actually did it. He's so stupid." No offense, Jacob. None taken because it was stupid. No, and I honestly see a path that Luke wins that season if Keith gets voted out in this tribal. I know it's crazy, but I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
That's always the fun thing, right? Like, in a lot of these orgs, a lot of people who go early, who are, somewhat active at the very least, there is the path that they survive that tribal council to completely change it around. A lot of the recent seasons have definitely been a lot like that, so, it's just something interesting you really notice is, people who were gone round 2 or 3, right, and they barely survive, end up making final tribal council or finale all the time. And so it's always fun to see that. Yeah, like Tyler. If Tyler survived that vote, Tyler wins the season. Like, there's no question.
Yeah, 100%.
Tyler, get your
Tyler-
item.
Or Cal.
Tyler, get your
If Tyler
Or
item.
goes-
Eastern Sky. There's so many early boots here who would have been able to win had they just made it one more.
Bartley came pretty close to winning in Skeleton Coast after returning. Like,
Pretty
Yeah.
sure Bartley didn't go when he did. Like, if hypothetically Bartley, I went instead of Bartley, he just wins every challenge from there on,
yeah,
and then wins the
there's a
season.
case to be made that like Bartley's the other side of the coin there
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
sure.
Although, again, and I don't personally see this, but I can plan out a route where if I survive that, I have a tiny chance at winning, but I just don't think I had the social play. And especially at that time, again, me being a dumb kid, I don't think I had the play to win that.
You definitely had the social play. You talked more than most people, from what I remember.
But I was very, almost too much business-like, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You just overplayed a bit, but
We all do that.
you definitely can win
Plus-
because
Flash
You're-
forward 12 orgs, I still haven't made the jury since.
Ooh.
That's not a joke.
Well, you'll get it one of these days, right?
Yeah, that's why I switched to Big Brother.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I've never done well in Big Brother myself. I always get fourth out rather.
I have played 3. I've gotten 6th, 8th, and 3rd.
I've gotten fourth out, fourth out, fourth out, fourth out, and fourth out.
Hey, you're consistent.
Usually on the first HOH too, so that makes it even more fun.
epic.
Yes, Linus has been there for like 2 of those.
Oh yeah, let's go Linus.
Linus outlasted
Linus-
me one of those times. The other time, Linus was third out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Linus Hype Squad. Can we
that
just
one
like...
where I was third out, to be fair. That was when I was playing like 5 orgs at once.
You and I were both inactive, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So
I
real
got
quick, I
targeted
just gotta...
Yeah.
Those
I
were
got
the
a personal
days.
question for Linus, like real quick.
What
Like
up?
just for him in particular. So, if Destino were to do an all-winners season, would you accept it?
It would really depend on just how busy I am
That's valid.
outside of it. If I had time to play 100%, I would.
Okay, but Linus, I have a follow-up question.
What up?
If Destino did a really good players season, would you be willing to be in the viewing lounge for that?
You see, I'm a pretty just jealous person by nature.
But
So,
you're not a
if
good
there was,
player, so
like-
it's not like you could play that, you know? You got lucky.
No, I'm not saying I'd be jealous that they got cast over me. I'm just saying I'd be jealous because I'd see all of that skill they had that I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because I'd be the obvious choice, you know, because I'm the best player at Destino.
Maybe if you have like Destino mid players, then then I'd be in the VL for that. But
Hey.
Okay, that's fair.
Hey, and I can be the Francesco to Linus.
Yes. Destino
VL.
Blood versus Water, but it's all Francesca and Philip pairings. So it's all just like somebody who got voted out early and the person who got them out that made it far.
That's... Tommy, take notes. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Don't take notes, Tommy. Don't believe anything I say.
When's Destino inactives going to happen?
It already happened. It was Macedonia.
Attorney inactives.
That's the sad truth.
We just need to do like a podcast episode where we just like get Tommy on, and the whole time we just pitch him terrible ideas until he hangs up.
Yeah.
Wait, say that one more time?
A podcast episode where we get you and we just pitch terrible ideas until you hang up. I think that would be fun.
We could get a battle of the orgs happening with Brian Longorg.
Brian Long's already done a Battle of the Orgs. This happened.
Yeah, but Battle of the Orgs too with Destino.
Electric Boogaloo.
We're having Linus, we're having a core org, don't worry.
Yo, Tommy killed Cora Org. Don't forget that. Tommy's the reason it died. Like I killed Canadian. Tommy killed Cora.
Really?
Tommy was on the last hosting team, right?
How dare you?
I was supposed to be on the last hosting team.
You were on it though. You
I
were
was on the last season though.
Yeah, and then you join the hosting team and it dies.
It was a death that was needed though.
Tommy killed it so that he could bring in Destino.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Oddly enough, Core actually helped me make the Rwanda logo. No kidding there.
Interesting. Yo, when's Core
You know,
Org
I'll
playing?
take a bold stance. I like Core
I
Org.
like Core Org.
I think it got too much hate. I really liked
It was
the.
fun, like convincing him to rig for you.
Thatcher, you know what they're talking about?
I remember when I was about to play, you told me that.
Yeah, and I wasn't wrong, was I?
No, Lexi and I did it a couple times, and it did indeed happen. You were
It
right.
definitely happened. Yeah, I'm not joking. But I like Core Org. Core Org was always fun. I enjoyed my time there.
Yeah, and he's a cool guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Missing
Okay,
you, Core
so
Org.
before we continue, what situation would it take for Tyler to win? Like, can we just like plan out this roadmap for
Tyler
Tyler
never
Victor?
loses the challenge.
Okay, so Tyler never loses the challenge, or what I'm saying, the more likely route here is he finds the 3 fragments of the idol in the first 3 days,
Okay.
uses it at the first tribal, like baits the votes onto him, uses it at the first tribal, gets out Linus, and then boom, ringleader.
No, gets out Satra. He's getting out Satra. That's who he voted for.
He changes his vote for Linus.
Maybe he votes out Keith. Keith was the real mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Linus just had like a shield and a spear. Linus was the warrior. He was the grunt.
He
Yeah, he had a suit.
literally
He was
had
really
a shield
funking the
and a
whole
spear.
operation.
Yeah. And Jacob just had like a t-shirt on, you know?
I'm trying to think, when did I take that picture? And my guess was probably at the county fair.
No, you're Magatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably like took a selfie of it and just been like, well, generic, basic, perfect.
Yo, that's what I did when I first played.
So when Survivor Tyler versus the world, Tyler alone on one tribe, and then a bunch of all-stars on the other tribe.
That does not seem balanced in the slightest, Linus. Tyler obviously.
No, hear me out.
soon
It's
to a
okay.
theater near
Tyler
you.
starts with an idol clue.
No. But Tyler's already winning every challenge. Like it's too unfair.
Oh yeah, you're right. Right.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Date undetermined, starring Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Hell yeah. Just you
All
wait.
right.
We're gonna pull the handout method and start recruiting Survivor players.
Yes.
Don't
All right.
forget-
Next round was the Keith vote out.
The Keith vote out. Linus, how did that Keith vote out go? Shed some light on the Keith vote out.
I don't remember it too well.
3-1, and
Luke
Keith
and I
voted
had a
for
final 2, and Ryder had an immunity idol. I think is how that happened.
Ryder had an idol? How did Ryder
No,
get
Ryder's-
an idol?
Ryder's idol was played at the Crazy Tribal.
I'm saying Ryder played it, but we were like, okay, we don't want to vote Ryder because Ryder will idol.
Yeah.
We weren't confident we could convince Ryder not to idol, so I think that's how it happened.
So let's say you lose again. Do you vote Ryder, or do you try to like pin it onto Luke?
Nah, I vote Ryder in that case. I'm not that close with Ryder, so I probably couldn't have done it. It would have come down to if Luke could have sold it well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that and honestly, Linus, like, I'm gonna be real with you. At that point, you're probably screwed.
Luke was pretty
I
close.
think it could go either way. I think from what I remember in confessionals, Luke was undecided on who he'd vote there.
Well, I'm not saying like you're screwed because of that, but I'm saying Ryder has an idol, and it
Oh,
probably gets played there.
yeah.
And so even if you get Luke to your side, Ryder plays the idol, you probably go home, and if Luke goes home, you still win the game. So
Yeah. Ryder probably plays the idol there, but who knows?
Yeah. If only we could go back and clarify it.
If only we could go back and change the outcome.
7-0
Hang on.
for Luke. I like it.
So hypothetically, I have no clue if Luke's even gonna respond, but I'm just gonna play the hypothetical. I will shoot him a message right now and ask if it was on a vote between Linus or Ryder, who would he choose? And so hopefully by the end of this, I can get an answer.
I think now he'd probably say he'd vote me. I think at the time it would have been more up in the air. But I think now that he has the hindsight, he would say he'd vote me.
Yeah. Obviously, knowing that you go on that immunity streak heavily alters whatever answer you're going to have.
Yeah.
Because nobody thinks, oh yeah, Linus is going to win every single merge challenge and be unstoppable the whole way through.
And yet they always should think that.
Because, like, quite literally, keep going is the last tribal you're vulnerable at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have a
Hang on,
question.
wait, seriously?
Yep.
Yeah, I was immune the rest of the game after that.
Never lost an individual challenge, yeah. So, I have a question for you, Linus, in that regard.
What up?
At what point do you think the immunities became crucial to win? At what point do you think it was like, okay, Linus has to go the second he loses?
Well, I had the merge idol, so I had like one.
Yeah. But, like,
Round of,
obviously, like, let's say you don't win the first merge challenge, you probably don't go then. So
Yeah, no,
what
I'm fine
point
in the first
what
merge
point do you
challenge.
think it became Linus is the threat that has to go the second he loses?
Not the second merge challenge, because everyone just gave me that win.
Mm-hmm.
It probably would have been by the Andrew vote. I think that's when people started wanting to make moves against the Alliance. So I think it would have been the 14th voted out vote where people would start looking at me and thinking, might be time to try.
Yeah.
Then, by that point, I have 3 immunities. 2 of them, like, real immunities. One was just everyone gave me.
And so at that
Their
point,
tokens,
anytime you
but-
lose that a challenge, just to be clear, do you automatically play the idol?
I don't know. It really depends, because I think there were people who wouldn't have voted me at that point for sure. Like, Chris, I don't think votes me. Luke is a bit up in the air. I think Luke would want me to stay a bit longer as a shield. Honestly, that vote probably comes down to Noah. If I went at 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
And
scary talk, but-
I'd have to feel out what everyone else was saying.
Fair enough.
And yeah, without like being in that situation where I can actually talk to people and see how they're acting, it's tough to say. I probably would have, just because I'd think it can only be played for 2 more rounds and I can probably win those immunities, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, don't do what I did.
Yo,
Yeah, no,
why didn't
I
you
don't
give
think
up
I'd do
your-
that. I tend to stay away from that play.
Why didn't you give up your idol to someone, Linus?
True.
Why didn't you give up final immunity? Only good players give up final immunity.
What's funny is it wouldn't have even mattered. Chris would have struck out anyways.
Exactly.
Or if Chris didn't struck out, I think Chris just wouldn't have voted me there and we could have tied it anyways.
No.
Because I think Chris didn't think he was winning the game anyways and like would have actually just helped me win if he didn't strike out.
Good old Chris.
Oh yeah, I remember I casted Chris for my first season of my org that I did, and like literally immediately joins the server. Day 2, tribe loses, goes to tribal again. So 16-person season, 2 tribes of 8. So already a pretty small cast. Day 2, I just see Chris has left the server. I'm like,
Based.
Wasn't Chris, Tommy, just as like a sidebar, wasn't Chris one of the people in Warriors Revenge, or am I thinking of someone else?
It was that, Chris.
It was that Chris that said absolutely nothing in the campaign?
It was one of them. I thought that was
Chris,
well, there was 2 Chris's though. One of them was the MC Smart
Chris
Chris,
R,
and one was
yeah.
Matt.
Yeah. And like, it was a huge meme that neither of them campaigned at all.
Yeah, Jalen went into like the Minecraft Survivor server, campaigned in there, and
Yeah, Chris didn't campaign in there at all. Yeah. Yeah, just to be fair,
Wait,
this was a second chance ballot that Tommy and I were on, and Chris was also on it, and Chris did 0 campaigning whatsoever.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Epic.
super funny at the time.
I have a question though. I think this Wikia has some revisionist history.
Oh yeah, how so?
Wasn't Chris on the jury but just didn't send in a vote?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why it says not on jury.
But he was on the jury.
but he didn't vote, so we didn't recognize it.
He was a conscientious objector.
Did Chris submit a speech? I'm curious.
He did. I believe he
Oh.
submitted a speech but not a vote, I think.
Yo, it's the old Jake Stafford strat. That Jake Stafford idol play was something else. I missed that. You remember that, Linus?
That was fucking amazing.
So it was the season Linus and I hosted. This guy plays the idol and doesn't vote, so he self votes and idols it.
And then
And it was a 1-0 because his ally voted. But if she didn't vote for if she voted for him, she goes home. Fantastic. But
Chris
yeah.
jury. No, Chris did not submit a jury speech.
Okay. So
Sad.
not official. So I'd say if you don't submit for anything, you're essentially not on jury because that'd be like you didn't do anything in Final Tribal Council, therefore you didn't serve on the jury, not on jury, right?
Like a week after the game ended, Chris messaged me. He was like, "Oh shit, I was on the jury. I forgot to vote."
Not on jury.
Oh shit, I was not on jury. Should have voted.
My bad.
So, just because we're almost at an hour and I feel like we've gone through a lot of the big talking points, is there anything anybody else wants to say on their time in Macedonia?
One thing I will say, and this is mainly compliments to the production team. Thank you guys so much for casting me. A, like I know I was a very short notice cast. B, it was a really good second org experience to get me into these, and I'm just like really grateful that you guys gave me this opportunity to be here.
It was a good first, second org experience.
It was.
Well, I know Tommy is very glad to hear that. I know Tommy really enjoys hearing the feedback on how well Destino's been run, because Destino has been run well, especially with me involved, of course. You know.
You know, good.
Yeah,
Goated, just maybe not with the song.
grown a lot
I mean-
since what it was
I
to what it is
mean,
now.
You
That's
know,
all I have to
first
say.
season Tommy didn't host, but I hosted best season of all time. You know, like, maybe Tommy, not being there.
Are you asking to lose your admin cookie?
Are you asking
Why is
to lose?
Macedonia low tier? What is this slander?
Name one good thing about Macedonia. I'll wait.
Tyler.
Yeah, but Tyler.
Eastern
Linus.
High.
Tyler got robbed. Tyler got robbed. You know. If Tyler was like, if Tyler survived, then you have a case. But Tyler didn't survive.
I think there were a couple really interesting votes in it, like the vote where Jacob went home, and then the vote where 3 people idled and no one got a vote.
And
I
the
thought it was
vote where
4.
Squid
I
Kid
thought
went.
I thought all 4 people idled there.
Yeah, it was all 4 pre-merge.
Was it 4? Oh yeah, I think Aaron played one too, right? But it just didn't matter because he didn't get any votes.
Aaron self-voted.
Oh, he was the one who self-voted and played an idol. But someone else played an idol and it didn't matter.
Ryder also self-voted. I think Bartley played an idol unless Bartley didn't play it on himself.
Bartley played it on
He played it on Aaron, didn't he?
Yeah, and then went home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a weird vote. I remember I got really drunk the night before. I was at like a party, and I woke up. It was after the vote. I was really hungover, and get onto the season or get onto the Discord and see everyone yelling at each other, and that no one went home. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Linus,
I do not want to deal with this.
At a party.
One more time, Tommy.
Linus just made a game going to a party during the pandemic in Canada.
This wasn't during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was December
Yes, it was.
2020 to. Oh wait, no, July 2020 to September 2020.
Yeah, it hadn't even started in China yet, let alone Canada.
It was in 2020 though.
March 2020 is when the first lockdown was.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a
How's that
Canadian.
party?
Okay, Canadians are just above all of us. So
No, wait, that's
Well,
right.
that's
in
a
terms of
natural fact.
latitude, yes.
not wrong.
Not technically wrong, but
Again, technically I didn't go home with an idol in my pocket. Yeah, here we are.
technically Squid Kid didn't get voted out.
Technically Tyler didn't win.
But in spirit, he definitely did.
Technically,
Can I give
Michael
my win
Rice
to
voted out
Tyler?
the biggest threat. What?
Can I give my win to Tyler?
I will accept it if Tommy does.
He's choosing to plead the fifth. That is smart.
Tommy is refusing to answer because Tommy would have some words if Tommy unmuted. Oh, here we go.
Yo, can I have
what were you
wiki
asking again?
editing privileges, please?
For the what?
Sorry?
What were you asking?
If I could have some wiki editing privileges?
Yeah, you have them just on the Macedonia server page, whatever.
No.
To be fair, I think I actually had that because Eastern Sky, after he, well, technically quit, decided to just go on a tantrum and edit his own page.
I remember
I think
that.
I
That
have
was funny.
one wiki though, so I could change that.
Eastern Sky used to go to My First Org Wiki and regularly edit the seasons to replace it with his own random.org
And
of the
fiction.
season. Like, you remember this, right, Linus? Where he would go to the
Hey,
JP
dude, that
Wiki?
was amazing.
He'd go to the JP Org Wiki and just randomize a season and just edit the page to have his randomization. And it just goes from like Clifford winning to like fucking like Kaylee winning out of nowhere.
Totally deserved.
Uh,
But anyways, Eastern Sky, as good of as a meme as him editing wikis is, it sucks because now I can't swap me and Tyler's placement.
I mean, I think I can unblock it now. I just gotta make sure Eastern Sky is doesn't have wiki privileges on the Steam.
also, I can edit it to say that Tyler is the winner.
Okay, good.
Just to be clear, Tommy, you are giving him permission by unblocking it to edit it for Tyler to be the winner. That is what you are doing.
Well, that's not gonna happen. I would. Well, thank God the rolling button is just.
All right. Anybody have any final thoughts before I cut off the stream?
Calypso was around. That's all I have to say.
Calypso was actually really good.
Calypso
Him
was
going
really
was
good,
such
yeah.
a shock to me. Because when we had like the tribe merge things there, or whatever it was, clashes, Calypso was really talkative.
Yeah.
Now I scroll. Oh, I never talked to Calypso. Okay. Fine.
Calypso was a fun addition that season. It just sucks he went out over Eastern Sky.
What happened to that vote?
I think it was like traditional swap luck. The Fire Tribe had numbers over water,
Yeah.
and I guess Calypso was seen as the stronger of the two, so they got rid of Calypso.
It was 2 earth, 2 water, and then 1 fire in Nathan, and Nathan was the swing, and I guess went with earth.
Okay.
Wait, was Nathan, Andrew, and there's one more. Nathan, Andrew, and there's one more fire that was on that
Oh
train.
wait, you're right. Yeah, it's Nathan, Andrew, Chris. Yeah, sorry.
Chris. It was
It
Chris.
shows up weird here, where it shows their starting tribe on the right as opposed to the left, and so that's how I was reading it.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. And yeah.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
I have nothing else to add. That's all I wanted to add.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been 'Tis the Season, Macedonia. We will see